So, my friends, if I only had $1 for each time when somebody asked me, is R41 better than Muhle Rocca? Or how does the Rocca compares with R41? I guess I wouldn't be making these videos any longer. So, both of them are loaded with a brand new big blade, and I already ball leathered some Arco shaving soap, just so I can be sure that we have consistent lather all the way from start of the shave. And since these two are pretty efficient razors, I thought that maybe the best way to compare them is on this 2 days of beard growth. Why? Because, oh, check it out. I see some sort of red blemish on this portion where I tried to shave with that cartridge razor, so it didn't went well even on the first stroke. But as I noticed, at least in my case, when I have longer beard, which means that my skin healed quite well, so all sort of vapors, nicks are fully sealed, and I have pretty long beard to soak the lather, then I guess almost all razors shave well and shave quite the same. But what makes the difference for me is when I have this sort of undisputed beard growth, you know, something which should I shave for work or just try to sneak 1 day more, or you have surprising invitation or some relatives coming to visit and you need to shave out of your regular cadence. So whatever the case might be, this inconvenient shave schedule could be just the exact moment to showcase which razors are actually both good as daily drivers, razors for 1 week of beard growth. So I mounted the original Muhle handle. Side to side you can see the difference in blade gaps. So the Muhle handle is a little bit shorter, 85 millimeters compared with 90. It has some vintage vibe, and I will do the left side of my face with R41. And just for the sake of comparison, for this round I won't be repeating anything, so I will go only on leathered portions and will inspect how much of the residues is left. So Rocca, as you might hear, has a little bit different sound, and since this is polished steel, so not, sorry, I mean brushed steel, so it has this matte finish. It's not that much gliding as the chromed razors would, and since I have it in hand, let's go just clean 1 portion. Now I must say that I really do feel a little bit more blade with Rocca. Not in a bad way. It's just because it is a little bit heavier, the blade is protruding a little bit more, so it's just the way it is by design. On the other hand, R41 has a little bit more flatter blade, so I feel just a little bit of discomfort compared with Rocca, because it is much smoother in gliding over the skin, while R41 feels like it is plucking the hair a little bit. Oh, welcome these two bad boys. So, starting the comparison, I have 2 or 3 tiny weepers on Rocca side. Why? Because you have much more blade, it is fixed somewhere in the middle, so it allows a lot of blade chattering. On the other hand, with R41 the blade is pretty tucked, pretty secured, so as you can see, maybe just a fraction of leftovers, neck fairly clean. Actually, I think that both sides are more or less the same, because I have across the grain pass on the neck. Right side of the cheek, maybe this was a little bit smoother, better shaved, but maybe it's just I have more experience with Rocca and been using it for much longer time and more frequently, so I could address that only to hand grip, how it feels in the hand, how well I'm targeting the shave angles, but on the first pass really minor differences, neither one enough to declare that one or another is a better performer. Now for me, the Rocca requests a little bit slower pace, even a little bit more blade skin stretching, because with such a blade gap it's quite easy to drive over the speed bumps and all sort of nicks, pimples, skin imperfections, and that's why I'm repeating this sort of against the grain pass a little bit slower. Wonderfully smooth. And because of its weight, it's very easy to overdone it with Rocca. So for me, when I shave regularly with the Rocca, I would even skip a day or two between the shaves. perfectly nice and clean. And if I just went this slow on the first pass, I guess I could avoid these weepers. Now when I have a little bit less beard, like on the second pass, I can really sense how much Rocca is actually digging into skin. It's not digging like DSS9 or Game Changers, because you see that the blade is pretty torqued from the top, but it just allows a lot more vibrations which make that unique sound. While this is even much faster shaver, because you see how little of the blade gap there is and minimal blade protrusion. And due to the shape of the head, when I place it on the skin, I can always feel the comb, you know, like it's protecting me from blade digging too much into the skin. And right now this against the grain pass feels much more comfortable with R41. So we will see on this side-to-side comparison. How it feels. Okay, and a few more skin damages, because this is not dripping blood, it's like I just sliced off some skin bump. Maybe a few hairs were just underneath the surface of the skin, struggling to grow back, and I killed them in the process, so that could be one of the reasonings. And let me just rinse it a little bit so we can take a look afterwards. Yeah, and here I have a little bit of some leftovers, but it's equal on both sides, which is just a signal that my beard is not fully grown. On the neck, perfectly nice and clean. Downwards, exactly the same. So pretty nice, pretty smooth. And this time I won't be taking Ralon. Sorry my Croatian friends, I think this one is much better for my skin. So let's see. And despite the weepers on goatee area, I don't sense any stinging. However, I do sense a lot of stinging in here. So basically, for my beard growth and for these 2 days of beard growing, I think that Rocca was just a little bit less comfortable for myself, because I have like small tingling sensation on this portion where my skin was damaged, but on R41 side, take a look, nothing at all. So which one to choose? Different styles, different designs, both of them perfectly made. Like I said, this one has pretty large blade gap and it is attacking with the blade first. On the other hand, this one has pretty tucked blade inside, so I would say it is much more safer. Not to mention that it never cut my mole, so yeah, a little bit more of skin cracks with the Rocca, so it has some disadvantages because of its weight, the balance, the blade gaps and everything. It will be much easier for a Rocca to grab your skin, to, you know, slice over any sort of imperfections. R41 never going to clog, even with a longer beard, but on this short stubble it will actually block the blade from the excessive vibrations, and also it will be a little bit better for your skin. So what do you think? What will you choose, or what do you use between these two, R41 or Rocca? Leave a comment, like, share and subscribe. See you next time.